You're with Onga TV, and with me here I have Stu Gibson, member of the Onga Rugby Club. Stu, thanks for giving us a little bit of your time, and just can you tell us a little bit about the Blue Boars concept that you came up with and where it eventuated? This is the Blue Boars. It is now, what would you say, it's a feature for the boys. That's what they call themselves now?
Yeah. Well, I do the match reports. They're not really sort of match reports. It's sort of just a bit of fun. And I just pick up on something and I thought, oh, well, there's mad keen pig hunters around here. We've got heaps of pigs. And I always remember when I was in England in about 1986, I suppose, we went to a pub in Wiltshire, I think. And it was called the Blue Boars, out on a hill on its own. Had quite good beers, I remember it. And so I thought, yeah, that'd be quite cool. And I looked it up online and see if there was any images, and there was one there that was a animated image. So I thought, yeah, that's cool, and it was free. And so I just started, just brought it into the thing. It's all a load of rubbish, really.
But the boys are responding, and it gives them, as I say, something to call themselves, and we all enjoy doing that. And they can get fired up in the changing rooms over the Blue Ball thing.
Yeah, and I think this, it's just a bit of fun. I try and keep everyone sort of uplifted, rather than just sort of boring old match reports. So, it's all just a bit of fun. But no, it's good.
Stu, you've been a member here now with the Onga Rugby Club for a number of seasons, and you've held a few posts.
Well, we sort of moved down here in 2008, and I think I joined the committee sort of straight away. And it's been terrific, It's a great little club. So I was secretary for a bit, and that's about enough for me, I think. So,
but you're right, it is. It's a great club, and the committee, it's always an active committee and getting things done, promoting the club, and Onga and Smedley really working well together with the boys that want to play rugby from up there.
Yeah, that's right. I think, country rugby's got possibly more of a future than town footy, because it's still a real hub of the community, and we get great support here. It's basically the committee is such. Everybody kicks in, and then the wider community, we get great crowds along. So we're pretty lucky, and I think it's the lifeblood of New Zealand footy, really. This country rugby, and I think the town teams miss out. I've been connected with the
Onga Rugby Club now for many years, and certainly in recent years, the number of people that turn up to these games, it's amazing, and we've been through a period where it's been pretty tough times for the community out there, but to see everyone turning up here and having a natter and supporting one another on a Saturday, that's been a real plus for the club, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're right, and that's another reason why I just sort of, the match reports are sort of just a bit of fluff, really. It's just a bit of fun, to get help. I think it all helped rather than just a sterile match report. You might as well have a bit of fun and just sort of try and maybe encourage a bit of community. I don't know whether it works or not, but that's sort of part of the idea.
Yeah. No, as I say, I reckon it works bloody well, and hats off to all you guys in the club that sort of keep it ticking and encouraging young fellas to come on board as well, and which I see from year to year. There's always a new member behind the bar and in the kitchen.
Yeah, well, that's the thing too, is that it's Colts football, and I've always been a big backer of Colts football, and even when I was delegate for this club up at the Hawke's Bay, and you sometimes used to think, well, you're just talking because you've only got a Colts team, but I'm passionate about there being a place to play for kids that come out of high school that maybe aren't, that are keen on footy, might not have been first 15 necessarily, but where are they going to play? If you don't have a Colts grade, they'll just disappear from the game, And so, I sort of think that we're pretty lucky here with Smedley that we've basically, pretty much got a team, and then, there's a place for these local Central boys to come and have a run round, if Central hasn't got a team. it's pretty important.
Yeah, which is happening. And there is a number of players from Central and the surrounding district now that are turning out here for Ongotiko.
Yeah, it's terrific, absolutely terrific. So, yeah, pretty.
And the feeder system, as far as like we're really not so much combined with the Central Club, but we do support them, and you support players that do want to go and play Premier Rugby from Smedley, which I think is bloody important.
Absolutely, you can't hold kids back, If they're good enough to play Prems, maybe in their second year at Smedley and they want to go in there, all power to them, And Central chucked some games out to us, so, so a couple of Prems games, so, no, I think it works pretty well, really, yeah.
Oh, look, I think that's tremendous, the way you're working together, and look, let's face it, that's the only way rugby's going to go ahead, especially in the rural areas, is by working together. And now you've got the Bevington Shield being played out here today, and this is probably the third game that they've brought out here, if not at least the second.
Yeah, exactly, and we're in the process. We'll probably hopefully have our new changing rooms up, next year. So, it's going to have, the club's going to be pretty well set up. It's a good place to come and play footy, and a good place for the community to come and catch up. And that's what I think is the secret of, country footy, is the community comes in for a catch up. And where else after your kids leave primary school, where else can the community meet?
No, it's so important. I think without the Ongotiko Rugby Club operating from here, there wouldn't be anywhere else that would actually encourage people to get along. It happens every rugby season. We're down here at the rugby club, and we've got tremendous club rooms here now. And now you talk about improving the changing rooms, which is just going to be another asset.
Yeah, well, that's right. And we've got old players that have played here. They're in their blimmin' 70s or 80s now, and then every weekend, there's just all these little kids running around, and you thought, where the hell are they all coming from? So, it's a real family environment, which there again, I think town clubs struggle to replicate, because they struggle. There's so much else for people to do in town, whereas the country, you've sort of got them cornered a little bit. If you can set up a good facility, this is nice and warm.
Yep.
It's put on some good food, and it's a good place for families to come and catch up.
Yep. Look, Stu, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate that.